is consistent throughout all the models I try to use. So there's a crowding out effect of public debt on private investment. Interaction term. So interaction term tells you that in countries where there's good governance, the crowding out effect of public debt on private investment tends to be lower, and this is consistent throughout all the governance indicators, right? So good governance actually compensates by actually attracting more private investment, hence the private investment or the crowding out effect tends to be lower in countries with good governance. Right, so then I look at the marginal effect of a 10% increase in public debt by governance, and you can tell that, again, in countries where there's low governance or there's bad governance, the crowding out effect is higher. For example, in countries where there's low control of corruption, the crowding out effect is pretty high, and in countries where there's low governance effectiveness, the crowding out effect is pretty high as well. Right, so for robustness checks, I actually took into account the fact that foreign direct investment is used in calculating private investment, and this may bias our results because generally good governance attracts foreign direct investment. So I decided to change the dependent variable. So I used domestic private investment instead of just total private investment. And I define domestic private investment as private investment minus FDI inflows. So I actually subtract foreign direct investment from it. Right, I also introduced two new variables, output and the interest rate. Right, and again, our results are similar. So there's a crowding out effect in the first place in developing countries. Again, good governance actually attracts better private investment. Right, and countries with good governance, the crowding out countries with good governance actually have lower levels of total public debt. We know that public debt actually crowds out private investments in developing countries. We also know that, or we found that crowding out effect is weaker in countries with good governance as compared to bad governance. For policy implications, obviously a developing country should try and improve with their governance. They should try and have better control of debt, so there should be lower levels of debt to ensure fiscal sustainability. And there should be policies that actually support high private investment, because I already know that private investment actually helps with poverty alleviation and economic growth from foreign markets. Okay, so these are my references. And I'd like to thank everybody for coming, and I'd like to thank the professors for giving me an appreciation of macroeconomics. So basically, that's it. Okay. Thank you.
Well, let's see. How about we might have a range of comments, comments from the committee, non-dissertation committees. Perhaps I might just go around and see what those might be. So if none of us gets answers from them. So you have some thoughts?
Yeah, I have a question. You mentioned that you run a two-step GMM model to account for the Canadian issue, right? So what's your development variable? Is that something like that?
Yeah, so you do have